Hi, welcome back to Mountain Jim Card Collectibles. So, I'm not sure if you've heard, the big story about hangers or bangers for 2025 to 2026 Topps Chrome basketball. And I've seen a lot of people rip into them. The best you're going to get is some weird parallel that's numbered, if you're lucky. And it's really not a low number for the most part. A lot of the numbering's been fairly high. I just look at the YouTube sports card guru community that's always spitting that stuff out, telling you to go eat that slop up like it's good stuff. I just don't agree. I've been looking at what people are getting better stuff from, and a lot of times they're getting it from the blaster boxes for that product. They're getting more autos, just better cards. So, if you want to go spend your money on hangers, you can go spend all your money on hangers that you want. I just don't believe the chase is very good. You're not going to get any autos for the most part in those hangers. This thing came out on January 8th. It says, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you see this? Okay. This is from the Collectibles Guru. It's kind of tough to see, so we'll take a closer look at it. And I'll just tell you what stands out to me. Now, to begin with, those shells look red to me. I typically never see red shells at Walmart, so my guess is that this is a Target, okay? So let's take a look here. Okay, well, the first thing that stands out to me are why are the blaster boxes so expensive? $49.99. I mean, they should be $20, $25. So the slop that Topps Chrome likes to shill out, towards their customers, it's way too overpriced right out the gate, for what you're going to hit. I mean, more than likely, if you get a Topps Chrome box, you're not going to get the biggest player hits. I mean, but you'll get better stuff. So that really comes across as being really, really expensive for one reason or another. And that just goes to, Topps Fanatics monopolizing the market. And they know they can do this because it's a licensed product. And I wish that's why, they lose their licensing, to be honest. I just don't give a damn about them at all. So let's see what else kind of stands out here. I mean, we have a lot of Panini products that people obviously aren't too crazy about for. I mean, I'm sure you'll get some people buying this product up for, but these are going for $29.99. These blasters, what was that? Rookies and Stars Prism, the type of prism there. That's where the Topps Chrome should be at, in my opinion. Okay. And let's see, what else am I seeing here? And I'm sure this is a fresh stock for the most part. I can imagine this sitting for a few days. This mega box of Revolution, I think, what is that? Like 64 or 44. I'm having a tough time seeing that one for one reason. But boy, more of these blaster boxes going for $49.99. I guess that Target and Topps Fanatics believes that everyone's rich in this market, don't they? Everyone's just like, going to the white parties, hanging out with Michael Rubin. Now, to me, the best deal here in this whole thing would probably be this. Your Topps Allen & Ginter for $24.99. All right, so we looked over that really well. So let's see what people are saying about this. Let's see if people are buying into the YouTube guru shtick that you should be happy, eating your slop that, Topps throws at you. And this person noticed what I noticed. How at Fanatics and at Topps priced out the regular folks with $50 blaster chrome basketball blasters. Yeah, I mean, they may as well just throw it up on their site, do direct-to-customer marketing. Why not? I mean, it's so overpriced anyway. I mean, it's a typical, bullshit Topps Fanatics routine is just overprice the market, even on something as simplistic as retail. Why is everything so overpriced? Yeah, and overall, I mean, a lot of those prices aren't very good. I mean, I'm not like chomping at the bit, running to Target after I see this. Oh, it's such a good deal. It's just kind of like, meh. And the reason why, let's talk about the $20 hanger boxes. Well, the reality is I can go to an LCS and just buy singles of high grade cards for $20. Big names, whether or Pokemon, whatever. I'm going to get a better deal than ripping, endless amounts of hanger boxes for $20. That I'm old enough to remember when a pack of cards was 10 cents. A kid didn't have to spend $40 for a box of cards. Yeah, that's just it. I mean, is that shelf attracting the youth? Let's be honest here. I guarantee the youth is doing the same thing I'm doing. Where's the Pokemon cards? Why? Well, I can get into a pack for $5 and get an awesome card. I could sit and rip, hanger box or blasters, and I am not getting a damn thing. That's your typical sports card marketing for you. Here's one. I mean, some people are excited about this. Take my money. Let's get ripping. I hope one day I live close to a store with inventory like this. Yeah. Question is, I mean, there's no shortage of corporate shills in this market. But maybe they're just not very experienced with retail. I'm always pushing to go the LCS over any retail. I just know I'm going to get better quality stuff, or at least have an option to hit a better card, which retail will not give you that option. I'm only grabbing a couple boxes of A&G. Everything else is stupid expensive. Yeah, like I said, I mean, that's the best deal. I mean, that's what I would be looking at for that whole shelf would be the A&G, to be honest. I feel almost a better set. I mean, I've sat here and sold Topps Chrome products and A&G. And for one reason, a lot of my A&G cards will always move. And I scratch my head, why is that happening? And why are they just not so interested in the Topps Chrome? Well, I don't know. Some of that A&G looks more unique, more artistic, Well, I think people like A&G. And really, Topps isn't doing a good job of working on the stuff that people really like. Yeah, I know that, Topps Chrome is popular. But overall, people really like, Allen and Ginter. I like Allen and Ginter probably more than a lot of the Topps Chrome stuff, to be honest. Don't buy a Topps Chrome basketball value box. There's too many. Yeah, that's just it. I mean, it's the oversaturation of the market, too. Why do they have such big, high prices on something that's oversaturated? Breakers behaving themselves and leaving stuff for the general public to purchase. I don't think that's what's going on here. I think the scalpers are likely moving more into TCG anymore than a lot of these sports products, to be honest. And I know a lot of your big, sports card channels on YouTube will not ever admit to that. But all you have to do is go to your own Walmart, go to your own Targets, and look at what's selling and look at what's really not moving. Topps is overpriced. Yep. I mean, everyone's seeing the same thing, I guess, that I saw. Why are those blasters almost $50? I mean, come on. If you're going to put them at 50, why not put them at 100? Put them at 200. I mean, let's go full GameStop, Just become scalper bros like GameStop, and they're closing a bunch of stores. Move along, nothing to see here. That's really about the way I'm starting to feel about a lot of retail. It's just such a gamble. It's such a joke. If they did it right like they used to, like in the 80s and 90s, I'd probably be more excited, I mean, you have to keep it low priced for retail. And, Michael Rubin, we have to fund his big $1 billion lifestyle. So, of course, those are $50 boxes. I want to hit the lottery one day, so can I just clear the shelf, just take them all? Well, I just don't think you're going to really hit the lottery doing that. You might get some good autos, out of some of that stuff, but overall, boy, I don't know. No chrome hangers. What a crappy restock. A lot of trash and overpriced chrome. Yeah, and honestly, I do give a lot of crap about these chrome hanger boxes. The hangers are bangers, and they're bangers because of the amount that people are ripping. Okay, that's really the true secret. There is the more that people rip of a product, they're going to say they're bangers because they're pulling out more hits. But the reality is they should have some hanger boxes there because they're more affordable. They're usually $20 a box. Prices are too high, laugh out loud. I mean, everyone's saying the same things I'm saying. I guess those big YouTube gurus I guess their bullshit just isn't, sinking into the masses like it used to, huh? I guess, when people live, check to check and, meal to meal, I guess that all the gaslighting from the big YouTube channels just doesn't sink like it used to. Huh. Gee, what's going on there? Your big gurus on YouTube are always ripping. Oh, yeah, they're monetized, and they're using their monetized money to go buy more and more boxes and get more and more views. Oh, yeah, that's right. What a joke. A&G and Phoenix are the best bang for your buck. I don't know about Phoenix. I'm not the biggest fan of Phoenix. I said before, A&G was the best deal on that shelf. You can't say it wasn't. No baseball cards. What? I don't know. I guess he didn't see the A&G. No one can afford a $60 box when cards are worth only $30 and everyone broke. It's not the time to buy cards anymore. Pokemon, one word Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, they're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. If you want to be affordable and you want to get good cards, you're going to have to stick with the Pokemon products. And I know a lot of people are angry. I want sports cards. Well, guess what? A lot of your sports card companies are greedy, selfish, and really trying to, build up their billion-dollar lifestyles. Can't say they're not. I'm just not seeing that so much in the realm of Pokemon. I just feel like Pokemon is made more for the consumer. I'm just putting that out there. Topps has many things they need to learn about the basketball market. Can't overprint and overprice the same product. Yeah, well, that's just it. The stuff is oversaturated, it's overprinted, it's overhyped. It's a nightmare. And to a degree, that's why I'm staying away from it. I know that your monetized YouTube channels, boy, they are just, eating the stuff up, saying it's the best thing since sliced bread. But let's face it, if you want to do better things with your money, be smart, Don't dive into that product. It's just, there's too much out there. Miss the good days when it was better price? Yeah, I really do too. I mean, everything is getting to be so overpriced in the USA these days. I wish it wasn't. I wish I didn't really have to keep kind of thinking in the back of my mind, am I going to have to move somewhere outside the US so I can continue to afford life? And the reason why is, well, I'm not married. I don't have people doing me favors. I don't have really anyone to fall back on. And what I see with the U.S. is they're just bankrupting to everyone that they can and just kind of pretending it's not happening. The Winter Phoenix have been good. 3 numbered cards per box. That's something to consider, huh? If you're chasing down numbered cards, I don't know. I mean, we can't guarantee that. I wish we could, huh? But then again, the numbered card shtick is just wearing off on me. I mean, these gimmicks, I guess, can only, go on for so long before eventually you just kind of turn your back to them and go, oh, another numbered card. Who cares? It's just, can't you guys come up with a better gimmick than that? Let me get 2 Allen and G and I'm gone. Yeah, I'd be the same way. It's just like, just give me an Allen and Ginter box. I'll rip that. I have a good chance of, hitting something I like to put in my personal collection. And then I can, move the other stuff and get my money back for the most part, It's turning into a new junk wax era, and it's not near as good as the old junk wax era because the stuff is unaffordable, And that's what made collecting the junk wax era so great, is you could fulfill your collections with licensed product. Junk wax 2, watered down product. Thank you. Watered down product with a big price and a lot of hype. And that's truly what it is. Pretty good timing. Yep. We got a dumpster fire. Overprint. There got to be a coupe auto in those boxes. Well, maybe there is in those blasters, but you're going to have to spend some money. And then after you spend a lot of money, you don't pull one. How are you going to feel about that? Chrome is way too overpriced. Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, it's, to me, the magic of Chrome's kind of wearing off. I've seen just a lot of, just better cards out there, to be honest. I mean, when Chrome was new in the 90s, it was pretty cool, but I don't know. Even back then, I was seeing better foil, metallic refractors, this and that, say coming from Pacific and other brands than Topps. I mean, Topps is just your typical American bend the knee. It's an American corporation that tends to screw over a lot of people nowadays. Now that's Topps Fanatics. But, at least it was more affordable in the 90s, and if you're going to do chrome, keep it affordable. It's all garbage. Chrome sucks. Yeah, people are just really turning their backs to Topps Fanatics. And, I had a post the other day on one of my videos that said, just call it Fanatics, because really calling Topps Fanatics what it is, Topps is just a shell, of Fanatics. I mean, it's like they gutted Topps out, and it does feel like Fanatics. They should just put Fanatics on the brand. I mean, these are Fanatics cards. Get rid of the Topps brand, because this stuff doesn't really feel like Topps at all anymore. Hold the line, fellas. Don't buy. Stay away from temptation. Go fishing instead. Yeah, I mean, I love to go fishing, but, here in Montana, they have a habit of fencing off all my fishing holes with barbed wire. So, a lot of my hobbies have been destroyed in the USA. I could, typically afford sports cards, but, prior to the pandemic for the most part, but during the pandemic and after, it's just like the prices have blown up so much that I've pretty much been priced out. Mass overproduction driven by Fanatics greed. Complete garbage. Here's one. Local Dick's yesterday. Chrome basketball hangers sold out in a few days. Blasters and Megals will sit at these prices. Hanger value is solid. These are not. They bloated prices too much on these formats. Yeah, they really did. I mean, I just don't understand why the blasters are so expensive, It just doesn't make any sense. Other than they know there's a little bit of better product in there than your hangers, but still, they should still be more like, $25, $30. They shouldn't be $50. And then everyone always kissing, the Topps Fanatics ass all the time. Oh, they're so great. What are they great at? Ripping people off? Taking advantage of people? What, you paying for Michael Rubin's $1 billion lifestyle? I just don't think they're great at all. I think they're just another reason to, pull up anchor and move to some other country. I mean, I've been priced out of fishing. I've been priced out of hunting. I've been priced out of sports cards. I mean, literally, that's what all America does. It just prices people out, and I just can't really afford much of anything, And that's just the harsh reality of life these days, So anyway, how are you feeling about this shelf? I mean, we went over the shelf really well, and what stood out was, the big basic $50 price tag on, the Topps Chrome blaster boxes, which is just pure greed, and that's why everyone's jumping into the hangers. The hangers are bangers. Well, the hangers are bangers because people are ripping more of them, and they're just more affordable. But because you could get, $60 3 hangers, $50 one blaster. I mean, what a joke, huh? So anyway, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about the big YouTube gurus always hyping this stuff up, even though they're monetized and ripping stuff, on your dollar for the most part, on your views? Every view means more money for them to rip. And then you go and spend your hard-earned money that you earned, working, and you don't get jack shit. And I'm laughing. I'm laughing because so many people just eat it up with a spoon. I like it. It's awesome. I don't think it's awesome at all. I think it sucks. Anyway, I'd like to thank my subscribers. Thank you for watching my channel. All right. And, I like to thank my viewers as well. If you haven't subscribed, it's 100% free. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.